So I represent contractors, subcontractors, owners, whether it be business side, residential side, in a lot of different construction projects. I also represent design professionals, so whether it be engineers, architects, and all facets of the construction projects, whether it be pre-construction, post-construction, or during construction. They'll come to me and they'll ask, we have this matter coming on where we're having an issue with a delay, or we're having an issue with a change order, or we're having an issue in any facet of the project. And that's when they'll ask me, how do we best handle this? What are our options based on our contract? They'll come before the project, they'll come talking to me about the contract itself, how they're going to set it up, who's going to be looking at what type of contract, whether it's a specific set of documentation. There's different series of documents that or different organizations that produce contractual documents for construction projects, whether it be from a design angle or from an owner angle. So that's something they'll come to us and me to try and review, make sure that they've got everything they want in there specified correctly, and to go through the contract sometimes to understand the exact terms that they're looking at. They end up, sometimes clients will come to at that point. Sometimes, like I said, they'll go through the middle phase and they'll come to me during the project, either in preparation for something that they fear may be coming or expect to be coming, and they want to make sure they handle it appropriately, or if they're trying to see if something's wrong or make sure things are going correctly. And so they'll ask me about it. Then I'll take a look at the contract a lot of times to do that. After a construction contract, sometimes that's when we're really getting into more of a bigger issue. Either somebody's off the job for some reason, or they have the project's complete, but there's issues still remaining, and then there's a issue for us to deal with, whether it be through mediation, arbitration, litigation. We deal with it all and try to make sure that the client is covered to where they are, know what's going to happen, know what to expect, and then we can walk them through that process to try and make sure we get to a resolution. And sometimes the best advice is settlement, sometimes the best advice is to fight it. But that's always a decision that has to be thought about in the facet of not only litigation and what's smart legally, but also what's smart in the business sense, because there's two components always. Litigation isn't free, it isn't usually cheap. So when you're looking at that facet of things, you have to consider what's reality for the client and make sure that that's in their best interest, and give them both scenarios. Yes, you may win, but it's going to cost potentially this. Is it worth it? We have to do that kind of risk analysis and with the client and to make sure that they understand what they're getting into and whether they should get into it, if that's the way to go. So that's what we look at when a contractor or sub, owner, design professional comes to us, or their company comes to us and wants to talk about some kind of matter.